This is the KALECIA Williams story. I don't know nothing about it. Someone sent me this video, told me to shine light on it. She was actually murdered while making a TikTok. Very sad story. We're about to hop into it, see what's going on.
This is the story of KALECIA Williams, a 16-year-old girl murdered while recording what would be her last TikTok video. Disclaimer: the video is to bring awareness to KALECIA Williams' story and meant to cause no harm. Please pray for the friends and the family of the victim. Atlanta, Georgia, gained national news in 2020 after a horrifying death of a young girl. In December 2020, KALECIA Williams, a 16-year-old high school student, received an invite to a party that was going to be held at an Airbnb. This party would be chaperoned by an adult. KALECIA's stepfather, Ronnie Savoy, encouraged her to go to the event since she had been confined to her house since the lockdown due to COVID-19.
He's supposed to be at an Airbnb with a couple of more friends from school and the mother. They'd have done this once before, so we was a little comfortable of letting her.
I was about to say, I ain't gonna ask my daughter, stepdaughter, whoever's daughter, to go to nobody's party nowadays. Nobody's. But being that you thought it was just a few of her friends and the friend's mother, yeah, why not? Yeah, go ahead out with your go to the hotel or Airbnb party with your friend, your few friends, and her parent. Yeah, that's definitely okay. That changes my whole little perspective on what I was thinking so far.
Go the second time, and we spoke to the mother, and she said she was going to be there.
April Smith, KALECIA's mother, agreed with her daughter getting some time out of the house and enjoying herself. The chaperone informed KALECIA's parents that the event would be an Airbnb party for children and that she would be responsible for everything. The parents felt at ease and decided that sending KALECIA to spend the night would be good for her. At 12:02 a.m., KALECIA is seen performing a dance routine in her TikTok video when someone suddenly entered her room without knocking. The teen looked shocked and afraid, then suddenly stops filming her video. The sound of gunshots could be heard from her room a few minutes later. Partygoers were unaware of what happened to KALECIA. Two guys discovered KALECIA on the floor of her hotel room. They carried her to the elevator.
So what would you come in and shoot a 16-year-old girl for? I don't understand what the whole point and objective be for these young niggas nowadays. What is...
while holding her from behind and supporting her legs. As of 12:27 a.m., authorities had been notified about an earlier disturbance at Hyatt Regency. Following their arrival, the cops went to check on KALECIA. She wasn't breathing and had no pulse. She was then transferred to the hospital, where she remained for some time. The medical staff tried to save KALECIA's life but were unsuccessful. The 16-year-old was pronounced dead in the hospital. KALECIA's parents called the chaperone to check on the well-being of their child but were only informed about their child's death 8 hours after she passed. It was a shock to KALECIA's parents to learn of what had happened to their daughter. They were enraged because the chaperone had failed to tell them sooner of the occurrence.
The hotel room was in her name, so I feel like she should be held accountable for my daughter's death as well.
They didn't learn the group was staying at a Hyatt Regency until they received a horrific call the next day.
Like, this is the morgue. And I was like, the morgue? They was like, yes, ma'am. They was like, well, we're waiting on your daughter's body to come through. I'm like, whoa.
KALECIA's parents say that call didn't come until 8:45 a.m. The teen was pronounced dead at 12:23 in the morning.
KALECIA's parents were also unaware that the party had moved to Hyatt Regency Hotel instead of the Airbnb that was previously discussed. The parents felt like the chaperone should be held accountable for the tragedy that happened to their daughter since she took responsibility.
I mean, I would say some accountability. You can't charge her with the murder. I don't know how much accountability she can even be charged or like, you know what I'm saying, I don't know how much we can hold her accountable. Especially if the people wasn't invited and they just came into the, I mean, yeah, but they were supposed to be at an Airbnb, something where it's more secluded. I don't know, man. It's all over the place.
For the safety of the children at the party, and her parents only allowed KALECIA to attend the party on the assurance that the chaperone would look after her. Atlanta Police Department reports that KALECIA knew her attacker. Anthony Grant, the police spokesman of the Atlanta Police Department, reported as follows. Preliminary investigation suggests that the victim was inside of a room at the Hyatt Regency with a juvenile male companion. A verbal dispute occurred between both parties which resulted in the juvenile male fatally shooting the victim. The juvenile is a 16-year-old boy, but identity is being concealed. The 16-year-old boy was taken into custody by Atlanta police and taken to Atlanta police headquarters for additional questioning. At this time, the boy admitted to shooting KALECIA after they got into a heated argument. Police then arrested the boy and charged him with felony murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a gun by someone younger than 18 years of age. The defendant.
Why is the 16-year-olders having the straps at the party? You supposed to be in there trying to. When I was 16, I was trying to do the grown up. I wasn't worried about yo. And then you think about the parents thinking that she was going to be there with some other friends. Did you think there was going to be some male friends there?
Is now being tried in an Atlanta court pending the court's ultimate judgment. KALECIA's parents also hold the hotel staff responsible for her child's death, and they protested outside of the Hyatt Regency Hotel along with supporters to express their outrage at the hotel's negligence that resulted in their daughter's death.
I want the surveillance footage of what happened. You know, who went in that room, who came out of that room, who was all there, what took place. I need to know what happened after she made that last TikTok video at 12:02 and she was dead at 12:23. I need answers from 12:02 to 12:23.
The family is deeply hurt by the passing of KALECIA Williams and promises to get justice for her. Thanks.
Wow. Dang, that's deep, bro. I would've. Bro, what can you actually do though? Like, as a parent, when you give in to your daughter wanting to finally go outside and you allow her to go, especially when talking to another parent, it's like, dang. Because you want to be protective, but not letting her go when you spoke to the other parent and they guaranteed that they was going to be there. It's like, that's a little too uptight and too strict for you not to allow your 16-year-old daughter to go whenever they're supposed to be at an Airbnb with the family. You feel me? So it's like, oh my goodness. That's right there. It's got me sick. I know one thing for sure, two things for certain. Even though dude was a minor, and I don't really think a lot of minors. I don't think minors should really get life sentences, but in cases like that, you old enough to know at 16 I shoot this. Like, come on, bro, that's crazy. Whatever he got, he deserved. I ain't even gonna cap. If anybody know how much time he got, let me know down in the comments. If it's less than life, don't even say nothing to me. No cap. Real rap. GoHamm TV. Sub to the channel.